you bird brains. If you're gonna keep your jobs, you gotta get hip. I know all about it, see?
Mama, don't whoop little Buford.
Nothing is more wonderful than the imagination. For in a moment, you can experience
WDW Radio, your information station.
Hello, my friend, and welcome to the WDW Radio Show, your passport to the Disney parks. I am your host, Lou Mongello, and this is show number 783. And together, I not only want to help you have the best possible vacation experience when you go to the parks, but I also want to bring you a little bit of that Disney magic wherever you are. Here on the podcast, my weekly live video every Wednesday night, blog, events, weekly newsletter, and more. Please join the community and find everything at WDWRadio.com. And I first visited Walt Disney World in November 1971, and I've been doing the podcast for nearly 20 years, but I love that I still get pleasantly surprised from time to time. And this past week was one of those times. So I want to invite you to join me at the table for a live review of Eat, E-E-T, in Disney Springs from celebrity chef Maneet Chauhan, and discover why this is a dining experience that, in more ways than one, is likely going to delight you as well. Then stay tuned for our Disney Trivia Question of the Week and more updates at the end of the show. Please connect with me on social. I am at Lou Mongello. Subscribe to get my free weekly newsletter and get a free copy of my 102 Things to Do in Walt Disney World at least once book when you do so. And if you like what you hear, please share the show and tell a friend. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of the WDW Radio Show. One of the things I always love about coming to Walt Disney World, and the food festivals in particular, is it affords you the opportunity to try new things and maybe even break out of your comfort zone a little bit. The food festivals in Epcot give you that as you get to go from marketplace to marketplace and invest a very small amount to try something that maybe you wouldn't necessarily go and visit that type of restaurant on your own, and then hopefully introduce you to a brand new type of cuisine. And over the years, I think we've seen this incredible evolution of the dining experiences in Walt Disney World. I've said for a very long time, if anybody's listening, like, this is not just hamburgers and hot dogs and chicken nuggets. Like, there is some exceptional food at Walt Disney World. And I think there's now not just festivals, but full-blown dining experiences that let you try some things that you might not have otherwise, whether it is Japanese food in Shikisai or Takumite or at Morimoto, Irish food at Raglan Road, a wider spectrum of Italian food. And I think there's a new restaurant that just opened that really is going to sort of turn that up to 11. And it is Eat, E-E-T, by celebrity chef Maneet Chauhan, which is located in Disney Springs, tucked in this wonderful little corner right next to the 365 Days of Christmas. You may or may not remember this location as the former home of the, again, often overlooked Wolfgang Puck Express. May you rest in peace. But it has paved the way for a dining experience which I think is going to not just satisfy the palates of folks who love Indian food, but hopefully introduce people to a style of cuisine that maybe they haven't tried before. And that, my friend, is why I am here. You are here with me around the virtual table, and I brought some fellow foodies and friends who you may or may not have heard on the show before to help me navigate, digest, literally and figuratively, the entire menu here at Eat. So I want to welcome back to the show Lisa Nardo-Glassner. You may remember her from such shows. I don't remember what show she's been on, but she is from the Castle Run and the brand new Thousand Circles photography studio experience. I don't know what it's called.
I'm so excited to be here, and I am properly fasted, so I'm ready to dig into this meal.
And coming back, fellow friend and foodie and founder of HereWithTheMagic.com and Soundscapes on your iPod devices, Jason Knapp.
Yes, I'm excited to be here. I am ready. I love Indian food, especially like Northern Indian food. And I like eating Indian food with Lisa because we always agree on things, right?
I have high hopes for this meal.
Everything is indicating this is going to be an amazing experience. I'm super excited that this is here and so close to home.
Okay, so the inside joke is we have done walkabouts at some of the food festivals before, and we like to call it the India incident because there was a heated debate about the merits of the Indian marketplace at one of the food and wine festivals a number of years ago. Every time I walk past that spot, I get a little bit of like a twitch. Just trying to remember. It was podcast gold. But we are all here at Eat really for the first time. I was here a few weeks ago. I was invited to experience the Eat Meet with Maneet dining experience with celebrity chef and the founder of the restaurant, Maneet Chauhan, who you've probably seen on Food Network. She was recently crowned the Food Network, I forget the champion. She looked like there's a video of her walking around Disney Springs with her belt.
She was the winner. Yeah.
With not one but two of her like championship belt, as if she is a professional wrestler. And as we are starting, I want to welcome Tom to the show. Tom, we met. I always say we're friends whether we've met yet or not. You are evidence of that. We met during the Eat and Meet and Eat with Maneet experience a couple of. It's been a few weeks ago, and you shared that you've listened to the show before, and you were incredibly generous in welcoming us back.
Well, thank you. Huge fan. We're what we call Lou Geeks in my household. Easy 18-hour marathons driving down back when I lived in Chicago listening. And honestly, yelling at you a lot about the top 10s. There's been some inter-family debates. So we've had a lot of fun. But huge fan. And I can tell you, and you know, I'm very transparent. I'll just tell you my emotions right off the bat. There was a goal in my life to manifest this moment. This is true. So for me, it's just another one of those achievements. I don't revel in achievements. I get them and boom, I'm over it. I'm ready to move on and do something else. But this is an awesome moment. So I appreciate you being here. It means a lot to me. I'm the corporate chef of Morph Hospitality, which is the restaurant group that oversees this restaurant and others. And I'm also one of the partners within the group. So I bleed Indian food through and through, but love Indian fast casual food. And me and Maneet have just been friends and business partners forever, but friends really for 25 years. We were just little cooks together in Chicago. We grew up cooking together and just always been really close friends. So that's how I ended up here. And I hope you guys love the food and kind of walk you through it because I know it's different, but fun at the same time.
Well, I was just saying that I love this concept because I think one of the things I've loved about Walt Disney World is it allows people to, the festivals, you can try little things here and there that you might not necessarily want to do a full-blown sit-down meal for. But this really is a great entry point for people who may have heard about Indian food, maybe they're not so sure or comfortable walking into an Indian restaurant. So take us behind the concept of what do you want this restaurant to be, and the way the menu is designed, again, because I think it's not just delicious, because I was here for that, the dining room, but accessible as well.
Yeah, so I think the best way to put it is, will my mom eat it? You know, I grew up in a suburb of Chicago called Naperville, Illinois. There wasn't Indian food. We didn't grow up on it. I didn't first try it until I worked in an Indian Asian restaurant in Chicago. The very first time I was probably 20-some years old. And it's the first time I tried it. I fell in love with the flavors right away. But our goal is to make it in a way that you can come taste the food, not be intimidated, have unbelievable service, and not have to invest, this crazy amount of money into it. We are a fast casual, so you order at the counter, grab any table you want, and we bring it to you. But the main thing I want to get into is it's not about heat. Heat isn't the culprit here. Spice means flavorful. Masala, a blend of spices. We're not here to make you sweat. We're here to make you crave. And for example, what I brought you guys is things called chaats. CHAATS. Do you know what chat means?
It means like finger licking good, basically. It's this,
to lick. Yeah, literally to lick.
For those of you who don't like the mouth sounds, I won't make them, but that's basically what it's meant to evoke that feeling that it's so tasty you're gonna lick your fingers.
Not only do I want to hear Lou sing, now I kind of want to hear the mouth sounds. Listen, it's all about sweet, tangy, salty, crunchy, like it's everything you want. This salad over here, puffed rice salad. In India, it's called bel puri. Okay, we renamed it out here to make it a little more understandable. And I'm going to do it for you because it's a whole technique to make it delicious. But here, let me see it real quick. I'm going to show you how this works. And this is one of my favorite things. Do you mind if I see the lid?
The lid?
Yes. Okay, so here we have puffed rices, okay, mango, strawberry. These are potatoes with chopped masala. Chopped masala is kind of like Indian table salt. And this is tamarind chutney. Love the tangy tamarind chutney. Mint chutney. This is mint, cilantro, yogurt, all these different ingredients. Dump it all on top. Okay, and now the trick is...
Jason literally is sitting here with his mouth agape.
Yeah, no, I hear the mouse sounds right now. You just don't have the recorder close enough. It's there. Shake it all up. Okay, this is the most unassuming dish on the menu, for sure. It doesn't sell as much as it should because people don't get it, but is bar none my favorite thing to eat. All you need to do is take one bite of that, and you'll understand what chaat is, why it's so craveable. We actually, live and die by Indian street food here. We just crave it. I know.
That's the thing.
I can see.
I'm not gonna make. I wasn't even waiting for anybody else. I'm not gonna make the mouth
The very
sound.
first time I ever had chaat was from a street vendor in New Delhi, and it was insane. And I haven't been able to find anything really close to that.
To make ours, what I would argue, a touch more approachable than what you ate there, ours leans a touch sweeter. Okay. And that really opens it up to the American palate. Our next dish you'll try, the pani puri, totally traditional Indian street food. Ours leans a little bit sweeter because classically it's very salty and savory. But we like to lean into those flavors that are a little more approachable, but still that crunch, that tang. Everything about it to me, this is what I crave when I think of Indian food, right? That's what I want.
Really nice.
That's delicious.
That's really nice, and this can't sit in front of me very long because talk about sofa food.
Yeah.
This, sitting down, I could eat this entire thing myself and watch the game or something. This is amazing.
And it's very light, and it's like refreshing. Like there's almost a little bit of a sweetness to it.
That's beautiful. It's so bright and light. There's like the warmth of the curry, but there's still that like refreshing, like there's nothing about this that wouldn't work on a Florida day in the middle of the summer. And the textures, I love the way, I'm a big texture person, so the way that the crunch marries with the softer foods is really nice. That's beautiful.
I'm glad you guys like it and appreciate it because it is something that I wanted to start with. Like I said, we're going to have the poutines, you're going to have all the stars, but I feel like there's these hidden gems like anywhere you go, right? That you just don't, you would never order because you'd just be like, what's that? So I like to get it with our basil shrimp. That's it, man. I'm done. I'm sold. Yeah. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, this
So you can add shrimp.
Listen.
Are you going?
You want to spend more money at my restaurant? You are allowed to, sir. Okay.
I like options. That's good.
Of course. Shrimp, chicken, paneer, cauliflower, you name it, you put it on there. We see a lot of the cast members that work here, a lot of the management, they order this, the walking taco, and the pizzas. That's kind of their go-to. We have this cast member, and sorry folks listening, unless you're a cast member, between 2 and 5 and 9 and 11, a cast member can come in here and get a half-price bowl and fountain drink or pizza and fountain drink. So literally they can get an entire meal for $11. We don't advertise it. It's strictly for cast members. I think we're the only people to offer it. But we believe, I know you do a lot of shows with Art Smith. We're friends with Art. He's a huge believer in the Disney Springs community. We are too. That's why at some of our events you'll see other people featuring ingredients here. But we trade out meals every day with them, and it is this tight community. We want to be part of it. We want them to know that we're here. So that's a big piece to it for us. So, build your friends.
Yeah, I love that. I really like this.
I would absolutely get that. If I was at Springs and just needed something quick for lunch, that would be a go-to for me. That's beautiful.
So this is on the Market Fresh menu. It's $12.95. It's a huge portion. Speaking of huge portions, if you look behind you, Tom, I have a feeling this. But wait, there's more. I could eat that all day.
That's delicious. That's going to be a new go-to for me.
And that's
I'm always looking for something like that. That's like not super heavy. If I'm running around Disney, that's really nice.
And anybody can eat this. Like, there's nothing in here that's like spicy or scary. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I told you guys, you're not going to get away. You're not going to get away low here.
Oh, I love me a good samosa.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh my gosh.
This is incredible.
Here, have a pizza. Okay, I'll go through some of these because if not, we're gonna have another round now. So here we have
Here, take this in.
yeah. So this in the middle is called pani puri. Depending on where you're at in India, it's also called golgappa. So in our restaurant in Nashville, we call it golgappa. Here I call it pani puri. Pani puri is the more common name. You need to take some of this. It's potatoes and garbanzo beans with tamarind chutney and cilantro. You put it in that little shell. You put the water in it and eat it in one bite. If not, it's all over you, okay? But same thing, crunchy, sweet. Move over to probably our absolute best-selling dish on the menu, the bread service, which is also known as masala daba in a way. It's two different naans. We have the garlic naan with meti, which is fenugreek, a plain naan, and different chutneys. And right in the middle, this is a pimento whipped paneer. So we take pimento cheese, like our true Nashvilleian, because that's where we're from. Then we take paneer and we whip it really hard and then folded it together. We have this amazing coriander honey. That's probably most people's favorite. Mint chutney. My favorite, garlic pickle, which is called garlic achar. Yeah. Tamarind chutney. And then we take a little bit of carrots and celery and radish, mix it with chopped masala. So just grab and just get nuts, right? This is not meant to take it easy. You have silverware. You don't need it. Unnecessary. Walking taco. Okay, this is a take on the classic Frito-Lay's walking taco. This was served at Party of the Senses about 5 or 6 years ago. And this was the gateway for us to meet Marianne Hunnell to get this restaurant. I met Marianne, then met Scott. They introduced me to brokers, and it just kind of went on and on. So this dish is kokuri, which is Indian masala Cheetos. We have pork chili, cojeta cheese, jalapenos, pico, classic samosas, pea potato, 2 pizzas, chicken tikka naan pizza, so let's take on chicken tikka masala, and saag paneer pizza. So they're both classic Indian curries turned into pizzas. Last but not least, oh my God, we have more. Sorry, guys, I got to get some water. Holy cow. Oh, 2 more. There's a chopped salad with mini potato samosas. If any of you have ever been to Portillo's, it is arguably my favorite restaurant in the world. This is a take on their chopped salad because I love their chopped salad so much. Lastly, the other star of the menu, the the chicken tikka poutine, which is masala fries, tandoori chicken, tikka masala sauce, and cheese curds melted down into heaven. And I'm going to let you guys eat because, I know you're hungry.
We're sitting here, like, you probably can't hear the sounds that we're making behind the microphone, like, oh my God. Like, one just looks and smells and probably tastes. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to share photos on my socials and on the WDW Radio site, on the show notes. Let's start here. Tom, what are these again?
Yeah, so this is the pani puri. It is a classic Indian street food, and Maneet has a unbelievably funny story about this dish. Her parents would not allow her to eat this in India because of the water. Because the water's so dangerous. So here, she wanted it on the menu. So you take a little bit of potato. You don't fill it all the way up. Just a little bit. And you can always take some out if you want. No big, or do another one. But the trick is fill it all the way up with the water and then eat it in one bite. Okay? And I promise you, everybody wants to eat it in 2. You're going to regret it. It'll be everywhere. But this dish, if you're familiar with modern... Oh, you want more water. Yeah. This is an experience. This is like... It should be like a little bomb. Yeah, it's going to explode. So if you've ever had reverse spherification from years ago, this is like the original form. Yeah. That'll catch you by surprise, right?
It's like a little explosion, like a wonderful explosion of the flavors that sort of hit you like in different layers, like the texture of the thin, sort of crunchy outer shell, and that warm savory of the potatoes, and then you get that burst of like the sweetness from the water.
Again, it's that juxtaposition of like the hearty, earthy, like, you know, soulful feeling food, and then the freshness of the mint and everything else that's in here. That's really, really nice. Again, it's such a perfect thing to eat on a hot day.
Yeah, that was surprising how refreshing it was, because it's a hearty food, it's a comfort food, but it's really refreshing, and the spice, the heat is just so mellow, and it just washes away. So you get a little bit, and then it goes away. It's really
There's like this little blanket on my tongue of flavor that's just sort of like sitting there, and it's spice. It's not spicy, but it's like you taste the flavors of the spices. That's really good.
You get the warmth of the spice, I think, and that's really lovely. And again, with the textures, it's such a nice melody of textures.
That's chai. Did you have it on the street in India? So you noticed the difference then. It's a very different leaning water. Yeah, they're much savorier.
And sometimes there's another form with like a yogurt or
yeah. So that's dahi puri. Dahi puri. We serve that right now as a free chef's app for people like who have a passport at the hotels next door. They can get a free app, and we're serving dahi puri for that. I like to do dahi puris. You can do one right now. Just take the potatoes and the shell and put your mango lassi in it, and then it's a mango lassi dahi puri, and it's delicious.
But it makes it almost more of a dessert item.
Yeah, it's very different. But understand, in India, dahi puri, the yogurt is full of cumin and salt.
Yeah.
It's not sweet, right?
No.
So it's very savory. Very different, but delicious.
All right, so where do you recommend, like, on our flavor journey that we go next?
I would say you have enough food to be a little bit satisfied. So I would take bites of everything and fill it in with bread service. You know, cleanse your palate with a beautiful bite of bread service. But I would probably lean into the apps, the pizzas, the poutine. Just go crazy. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do this. There's still plenty of entrees. This is only apps. Oh. So yeah.
I thought this was everything.
No, we're not even close.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
I feel like we should probably do salads first, because it wouldn't be fair.
I'm not sure I want to spend a lot of time on the salad portion, so we'll do it quickly because the poutine is, oh my God.
I told you guys. And you don't make friends with
To
salad.
start with the poutine. I didn't think it would be fair to the other food to start with the poutine.
My chef,
You know what? This is going to get cold. The poutine can't get
That's
cold.
true. The salad, yeah. All
This
right.
is Chef Miguel. He's the executive
Hi, Chef.
chef of Eat. So he's making everything look tremendously beautiful today. So
Chef, this is amazing. Thank you. And we're just getting started.
wait till you try the poutine. This is the best-selling appetizer in Nashville, and I would say this and the bread service are very close on this menu.
I have no words.
Wow. Lisa, you don't want any of this.
No.
I think I do.
That's probably the best poutine I've ever had. I mean, that is incredible. And that chicken, the tandoori chicken, is just almost melts in your mouth. Just is so tender and so perfectly spiced. And how do you cook the chicken? Is it in a sort of classic tandoori style?
I've been able to utilize with the oven I have. It's called a Rational Combi oven, and I was able to get the built as a tandoor. So it has it's like computer settings to operate as a tandoor, and we load it up because I go through 10,000 pounds of chicken a week, right? So it's just you go through so much, and I got to show you the non-oven. That's what you need to see. The non-oven's the size of a Volkswagen, and it's one of the coolest pieces of equipment I have ever purchased. But we just blast it in. We marinate it for at least 24 hours. And then we blast it in the oven. And honestly, it only takes about 5 minutes to cook because it's such a high temp. Because it's replicating a tandoor oven, right?
Yeah, so the fact that you've recreated this experience, not just in the taste, but the texture of the food, and what is traditionally, I've gotten to go tandoori chicken, and it comes in these little clay pots, it's cylindrical clay pots, where they'll seal it with like bread around
so
it.
That's probably you had biryani.
Yeah, that might be what it
with the rice and the chicken.
Yeah,
with the naan around it.
And it's insanely. This is on par with that. This is super authentic feeling and tasting. It's delicious.
That's exceptionally good. The container is about 7 pounds. It's not much of an exaggeration, and it comes in at $15.95.
Some of the best chicken tikka masala I've ever had has now been served atop French fries.
Yeah.
I mean, that, and I am, like, when I crave Indian food, I'm effectively craving chicken tikka masala. I'll admit. I mean, I love everything else, but, like, that's sort of like my staple at each restaurant. I mean, that's beautiful. And I love the fact that you did it with cheddar curds.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you didn't do, like, because it makes it feel like real poutine, even though it's also, because I expected a more startling cheese taste. I think that it would be more like Veer Indian, and the fact that it's a classic white cheddar, that's what makes it.
So this dish was created in Canada. I mean, poutine was, but literally our poutine was created in Canada. Maneet was out with her husband Vivek, who are two of the partners in this restaurant, and she always tells the story as they maybe had too many drinks, and we're eating poutine one night and said, I have an idea for poutine, and we put it on the menu, and like I said, ever since it's just been the runaway success. Now, if you springboard into this pizza, this is the exact same dish, except it's mozzarella cheese and naan. It's the butter chicken sauce, the chicken tikka masala, the tandoori chicken, and this dish sells, like I said, it's poutine, the chicken tikka pizza, and the bread service are always the best.
And same thing, like, this is a great entry point, not just for adults. Like, kids can eat this and not have to worry about it being too spicy. They're not going to enjoy it. Like, these two alone, I could come here and just have that. But I mean, there's 17 other dishes that we have to try. All right, let's take his recommendation. Jason, it's right in front of you, so I'm assuming you don't have cooties on your fingers anymore. Thank you.
You're going to hold it like in New York?
Of course I am.
Oh, dessert has arrived.
Oh my gosh. It's exactly what it says it is. It's non-bread chicken tikka masala pizza. The bread is like,
There's nothing not to like. It's naan, it's cheese, it's chicken tikka masala.
Oh my God.
It's really good. I didn't think anything could get better than the poutine.
I don't even remember the poutine anymore.
You know what would be good? The poutine wrapped in this. That would be amazing.
Now you're making Tom nervous. Now you're crossing the stream, and Tom's like, wait, I didn't sign up for that.
We'll buy it. I mean, I'll wrap it. I'm ready.
This is kind of how I eat my naan anyway. Like, I pile the food on top and fold it, and then you just put cheese on top. Like, what could go wrong?
This is one of those dishes that honestly I'm seeing. This in the saag paneer one. I'm starting to see in DoorDash, because we do DoorDash, we do Uber, we do Lyft.
Wait a second. Shut the front door. Did you just tell me my dreams just came true?
Dreams do come true. I sprinkled pixie dust all over DoorDash, and now they pick up here. You can order it on the app.
To my house?
To your house. I have expectations for this evening to see a ticket go through. Yeah, of course. So that these travel well. The bowls travel well. Yeah, we're full service. We're ready. We're here for this. Listen, we love supporting the tourists and the people that come to Disney because we're Disney fans. I'm a huge Disney fan, but we're a small restaurant group. We have 2 other restaurants. We're not these guys that operate. We want to support the community. We want to be here for the locals. So we're going to serve you at any given cost.
I have to warn my wife right now that this may be replacing Sushi Friday. I'm just putting it out there.
I think you could have both on the same pizza. I mean, I don't think you need to replace.
Speechless. I am without speech. This is on. This is a game. Like, as a local, this is a game changer. We always joke about, I only wish I made Uber Eats so we can get food from Disney Springs. Now we get Jason. You're literally going. He's literally
I know.
checking.
I was putting my order in. I'm a little excited about this. Remember the salad? Remember this? I feel bad for the salad.
I do.
We should have the salad.
As like a palate cleanser.
A little bit. Yeah.
I'm only going for the salad because there's little teeny tiny like quarter-side baby samosas on here.
So that was my interpretation of a crouton. Mini samosa croutons.
It doesn't count as trying the salad, Lou, if you're just eating the samosas off the top.
Listen, you eat your salad your way. All right, fine. I'll have a piece of. What is this green stuff?
Yeah. So that grows from the earth. It's called lettuce. But here's the thing about that. This salad is just a chaat. It's I make a chaat vinaigrette, so it's tamarind chutney, raita, mint chutney mixed together. So it's just tangy and sweet. And I'm not the biggest salad guy either necessarily, but if you put tandoori chicken on it, and the samosas, you can avoid all the lettuce and eat the samosas and chicken, and it's just like saying.
But there's a great flavor to that. Like it doesn't taste like one of those normal salads.
No, this is my favorite new salad. This is incredible. It is like chaat in a, but it's also healthy, I think.
I mean, is that important? Is that important?
I mean, it's green. It's green. I can tell my doctor, yes, I've been eating my greens. Yeah.
And it's a big bowl, like a very heavily packed big bowl of salad covered in those, well, it's not anymore, but it was covered in little tiny samosas. That's a healthy portion, and you can add meat, you can add a protein to it. So that's another great meal option.
One of the things that we pride ourselves in here is vegetarian and vegan. Although you're seeing a lot of meat healthy options, you've actually gotten a lot. The majority of your table right now is vegetarian and vegan. You just don't know it, right? But it's all called out on the menu, so that way you're aware. But we take that very serious. Is trying to get everyone to enjoy the experience.
Yeah, and I noticed there was vegetarian, vegan, and gluten-free items on the menu as well. So there's something depending on what your personal preference or sensitivity might be. There's something.
I just want you guys to remember, literally, the bread service hasn't even been looked at. I mean,
I did sneak a little. I couldn't help myself.
He ate almost all the dip.
No. It's this. It's garlic and
so it's called garlic achar or garlic pickle. But just grab a bunch of it and just go nuts. It is the most distinct, delicious flavor.
This is incredible.
We wouldn't know, Jason, because you've been sneaking under the table.
It almost reminds me of like a pickled mango chutney, sort of, but with the garlic, garlic forward, and it's got a nice sort of salty flavor and really kind of buttery texture to it. It's really, enjoy that. Yeah, Lou just took a giant bite of this garlic. He is going to smell lovely. Oh yeah. So that's how you feeling? That's good. That's good. You want a little lot? You may want a little sip of your mango latte.
That's gotta make the bloopers video.
I said quietly, Lisa, would you mind?
I'll taste it with this because it's going to be amazing.
I mean, it's delicious, but there's.
It's not. So anyway.
It's not spicy.
It's not spicy. It's garlicky. It's garlicky.
Yeah.
And no one is ever going to kiss me ever again. That being said, the flavor.
No, it's really.
This is my favorite part.
I'll get back to you with something spicy. Don't worry.
But we have to call out the audacity of this because this is a bread service, and you say bread service in Walt Disney World, and it's like fighting words immediately, right? And then he introduced some pimento spread as well, which is also, especially here in Disney Springs, can be fighting. So I need to try this next with pimento.
Yeah, you don't normally see pimento cheese with like non-bread at an Indian restaurant, do you?
No, you don't. But you find it here in Disney Springs and some other popular restaurants. So I'm looking forward to this. Now this is a pimento. This has paneer cheese in it, right?
So to keep it kind of fun, we put paneer. I recommend taking the pimento cheese and a little bit of the coriander honey.
Excuse me 1 second. Lisa, I asked you to give me the first dip, and you gave me 6 pounds of garlic. I asked you to do the same for the pimento cheese. You barely breathed on it.
I was actually just thinking that. It's also the biggest portion on the plate. Hey,
you can't overdo pimento cheese.
What should I put with that?
I would do the coriander honey. This one, that one, yeah. So it's just honey mixed with coriander and stuff, and it is, it's real honey.
This isn't like a honey dressing. This is.
Yeah, it's coriander. We infuse honey with coriander, and it just goes so good. Yeah, that's chef approved, man. That's chef approved. That is gonna. Yeah, see, there you go. That's a little bit better. Yeah.
Wow.
No.
That honey is insane. There's a sweetness on there that you don't normally associate when you have like the dips and the naan.
What else is in nani?
Just coriander.
Just coriander.
Just coriander honey.
That's
That's
kind of
it.
sprinkled on the top there.
No, we mix it in, but it comes up, and so that way you get the extra bite of coriander. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That is really, really, really good. It's not necessary for that pimento because that's incredible on its own. But that pairing, that's dessert.
That is like brilliant science right there.
Cheesecake version of that, like a cheesecake version of this thing would be.
He's literally reaching behind you.
Oh, stop. Like cake.
Always.
It tastes like a cheese. It almost has that cheesecakey, like creamy sweetness to it, or like a cannoli. Yeah. It has that kind of a It's this. That's wonderful.
Remember the poutine?
No. Yes, I do. It was wonderful.
And if you pair it with the mint chutney or the garlic or the tamarind chutney, it won't be as sweet. It'll completely change the profile, right? So that's kind of the beauty of this. We just want you to. Listen. We all know Sanaa knows about bread service, and it is amazing. Yeah, but it's an unbelievable bread service, and I go there all the time for it. We wanted to offer a similar experience because it's a masala daba in essence, but something that was a little more introductory to everybody. And to me, the cheese does that, the honey does that, the things that you wouldn't see on a classical Indian board.
Plus, too, it's a quick service location, so you don't have to sort of get down to Animal Kingdom, get a reservation. It's not. Yep. It's a huge. There's two huge pieces of naan, and the different. This is at 1695. This. 19. Sorry. It's a huge, shareable portion too.
Which is still, by standards elsewhere in Walt Disney World, this is actually affordable and super shareable. And I like this. I like this better. I know that's not going to be popular, but I like this better.
He's a smart man. Smart. No,
there's recency bias, admittedly, but I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you.
So I'll say two things. First of all, nobody's offered to bring me Sanaa to my doorstep. So you're already winning. But I'll also say, Sanaa bread service is a wonderful thing to eat. But this, I don't think it's a better or worse. This is its own thing. And I think that's why there are a lot of other bread services on property that seemed like a slightly dumbed down version of what the best on property is. But this is very much its own animal. It's not trying to reproduce anything. And I think obviously the pimento with the coriander honey that we just had, these are just very unique tastes that you don't see elsewhere.
That's I'll be back just for that. That's a nice little let's take a quick break out of the sun and have some bread service.
That's really, it's really good. This could be a meal in and of itself.
That's a good thing, in between lunch and dinner, if you want, or after dinner, or late. What time are you open until?
So we're open till 11 at night. We open at 11 in the morning. I'd say what we're seeing with that bread service is we offer happy hour from 2 to 5. It's half price all alcoholic drinks. So people come in here and split a bread service and then get half price. And there's no limits on what you can get on the half price cocktails. It's 2 to 5, anything you want. So people come in and get a bread service, they split it, and they did that. A lot of people like to walk in the Uber lot and see our sign and stop in and get 2 drinks each and walk out, and they go enjoy Disney Springs. We welcome anybody to come on in and just smell the smells. That's our goal. It's you walk in here, and to me, it's just.
I heard 11 o'clock. You come here 10 o'clock. Let sort of, everybody sort of go out, and you just come in and share this with some friends or by yourself. In my case. That's a nice evening right there.
Yeah, finish a movie, take a nice stroll to the other end, and have this to close out your night. That would be really, really nice. This is great.
All right. We need to move on because otherwise we're going to stay here, not physically stay here, but stay here on the.
I'm still guarding my food though.
Let's do walking taco next. Let's do the walking taco next, and it's exactly what it sounds like. And I'm going to admit something. I've literally never had a walking taco before. What? I know. I'm sorry. We're still friends.
Things are changing. Opinions adapt over time. You've never had a Fritos with just chili and cheese?
Oh, really? Pour it right in the bag.
No.
Yeah. Well, get ready. This is such a fun version with the kokuri, the Indian Cheetos.
That's really amazing. The fact that you have these Indian Cheetos here.
So it has the masala kokuri, which is the Indian Cheetos, a pork chili. This is a spicier dish, so keep that in mind.
Okay, we got the mango last.
I will not let Lisa give me my portion then.
So it has the pork chili cooked in buna with cotija cheese, some jalapenos, pico de gallo. Real simple, but it's just got a lot of flavor.
They're Indian Fritos. Mm-hmm. They're literally wow. That's really good, and I'm going to steer a little clear of the jalapenos just so I don't. So I really want to get the flavor of. everything else in here first.
Is the chip itself what's very spicy?
The pork chili and the Cheeto are both contain spice. Yeah, they both do. So it depends on your level.
Well, the fact that you included the jalapenos, which you don't have to eat, you could actually make it more spicy. I don't actually find this. I mean, I know some people would find this spicy. I don't find it overly spicy at all. It's really nice. I'm not even having to reach for a drink. This is delicious.
Yeah, no, just to be clear, it wasn't too spicy. It's just I was wondering where the heat was coming from, and I had a feeling it was the Cheeto. That's really, really lovely.
This dish is called out on the menu with a chili pepper on it, so that way people are aware, because we definitely get both sides of the world here. You know, so when I get my food, I ask for a side of Indian green chilies, and I dump it on everything. And they're so hot. But I sit here and I'll just go to 11 o'clock fire and just burn up because I love that.
But this isn't like the more Southern Indian, because I mean Southern Indian can be like people may have experienced that with the dosas and that sort of thing, and that can be intensely hot for people. This is nowhere even close to that. This is super comfortable.
Yeah. This is almost more like pepper forward than it is, and I will say, like, it's not. I'm pretty sensitive to heat. This isn't bothering me at all. It's more peppery, like I said, and also it's very straightforward. It doesn't build. You know, it's not like as you're eating it, you're sweating more and more. It's just sort of a level heat, which is just sort of comforting on the tongue. So
these are like Indian nachos, basically.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a member of D3, it's on our secret menu.
What? Wait. Step back. If we're a member of what now?
Disney Day Drinkers.
This on the secret menu?
Come on, man. You can edit it out. I don't care.
No.
Secret menu. It is the nachos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have nachos. If you say you're a member of D3, you can come up and order it. We get nachos. Nobody knows about it. Only the D3 members. What do you guys want? I'll get you a secret dish for your own group. No problem.
Oh, that's what we need to do. We need like a secret WDW Radio like menu item.
Yeah, no problem.
Lou sent me.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something nice.
It's going to be a salad.
a salad and a sweet.
A salad and dessert. Yeah. It'll be excellent.
That's awesome. All right. So since the moment you brought it out, I love samosas. I love them when I go to my local Indian restaurant. I love them at the festivals. These are two like really nice size samosas that come in the dish. Take us through what these are, what they contain, and why they are sort of so heavenly.
These are just as classic samosas as you're going to get. Potatoes and peas, right? It's got chutney in there. It's got the ginger, the garlic, the classic ingredients. On the bottom is 7 bundi if you want a little crunch. Break it up with your hands. Dip it in both chutneys. Take a bite. Always both chutneys. That's the key. You get the savory and the sweet and everything. But it's this traditional vegetarian samosa you're going to have. We bake them first and then fry them to crisp them up really nice. And I think you're going to, if you like a classic samosa, this is the one. Right.
Would somebody mind break up? So you talk about sort of classic flavors and traditional. For people who say, I've never had Indian food before, how close is this food that people would consider, traditional Indian food, or is it sort of a little more modern American fusion take on it?
We're definitely a fusion restaurant. Although our curries are for all our bowls and for the pizza and the fries, that's as classic as Indian curry you're going to get. We just present them in a way that is obtainable and understandable. But on the other side of the coin, ours aren't necessarily as hot. Once we talk about that a lot, heat, right? And we do keep it on the lower heat level, but like I said, we offer the side of green chilies, and you just dump it all over there, and you're gonna sweat. We can make you sweat, no problem. But it's meant to let you come in this door and experience Indian food and understand. If someone tells you they don't like Indian food, I always ask them, how many times have you had it? And they'll say once. I'm like, you've had a bad pizza in your life, but you've tried it again. Not all restaurants are the same caliber. So if you give it a chance and you get a good one, you're going to crave it. It's a craveable cuisine, right? It's like Italian. It's very craveable.
So I love that. And what I really like, too, is it really sort of cleansed all that lettuce off of my palate, which was nice.
It's a classic, delicious samosa. Like it's a perfectly made, perfectly executed samosa.
And it's that right balance of heat. Like I want heat to be flavorful, and to I keep talking about sort of, it feels like this blanket on my tongue that sort of sits there in a good way, not in a way that makes me I need to drink something right after. Like I love the way, I love the way this feels in my mouth right now. It's like
that's amazing. It's for me, samosas are one of the ultimate comfort foods, and it's a desert island food for me. You know, if they're going to have 3 foods left on it, this is one of them. Because it's just so enjoyable. It is snacky. It's filling. You don't need a lot to actually fill up on this. This is delicious, and what just got put in front of this?
Yeah, I'm ready to
so. Wait, did we? So just somehow I understand, Tom. Yes. We've basically there's the 19 things we just tried came off of the shareable specialty bread market fresh menu. There's also a kids menu of little non pizza, little sliders, and chicken fingers, which is great for those. But you know the star of the show in the center of the menu is the BYOB, the Build Your Own Bowl, and you've brought us not 1, not 2, but 3 different bowls.
Yeah, if you're hungry, I'll bring more. That's fine. So the bowls are, that's our bread and butter. Obviously, that's what we do. Pretty much everybody gets a bowl, and it's simple. You choose your base. You have basmati cumin scented rice. You have cauliflower rice or romaine lettuce if you're in the lighter world, and then you choose your sauce and your protein. We have chicken, that tandoori chicken that you'd already tasted on the pizza and the poutine. We have these basil cilantro shrimp. I'm telling you, it's the sleeper on the menu marinade. Everybody goes nuts when they try it. And then we have paneer. And last but not least, you can get roasted cauliflower. And not being advertised too heavily yet, we're adding falafel. So we have it on special right now for the month. We're testing it, but it looks like it's going to stay. We're going to start making masala falafel. We're going to spice it up just a little bit, make it flavorful, and then have that. So it's going to be it's really nice.
Jason has a little myocardial infarction going on.
You can take the 2 of the best foods in the world and you mix them. That's amazing.
And then you choose your sauce. The classic tikka is the one that most people lean towards the first time. It's tikka masala sauce or butter chicken sauce. They're very similar. You have saag, which is spinach, moili, which is a coconut based sauce, and then buna, which is my favorite, which is with the shrimp right now. That's the spicy one. It's got heat, it's got flavor, intensity. So I always lean into that one, but I would say the majority of first timers get the chicken tikka masala with rice. You can't go wrong.
Saag sauce though, right?
I think you do here.
Oh, you're under the paneer. Okay, so this is one of my favorite things in the world. The paneer saag. Oh my god. I'm so excited about this.
This is green chili naan. This is those green chilies I'm telling you about. It's we call it green chili naan. It's known in the Indian cuisine world as a bullet naan because it's nice and hot and spicy. This is gonna light you up. If you eat this, it's amazing. But if you're adverse to spice, stick with the regular naan or the garlic naan, right? So get nuts. Get after it.
And again, we're gonna put pictures of everything in there because the presentation is beautiful, and the portions are huge. Like, it's not a little piece of naan bread. It's a medium-sized pizza, pieces of naan.
Yeah, it's a sheet. It's a sheet of naan. Yeah.
So what are you... Jason's convulsing over here with joy.
The saag, it's not saag. It's saag. It's paneer. The paneer is amazing. What is that? What kind of spices are on the paneer, though? Because that is It's marinated in something.
So all of our marinades, a lot of them are based in ginger garlic, as they always are. Then you got roasted cumin and turmeric and a little bit of saffron and coriander and Kashmiri chili powder. And it's all in different variances. And then each bowl comes with a masala cabbage. This is called kuchumbar. We call it Indian pico de gallo, but it's pronounced as kuchumbar. And then bundi for crunch. So you get a bunch of different textures.
That's just fun to say. But the paneer, for people who aren't familiar, paneer is basically an unaged cheese. Usually, I assume this is a cow's milk based cheese. Saag is a spinach based sauce. I don't know how you would describe it.
It's spinach, cumin, cream. It's a classic spinach sauce. Saag meaning spinach, right? Oh. And paneer is Indian farmer's cheese. Good. Yeah, paneer is simply Indian farmer's cheese. So the way you make it is you take milk. You bring it up to a simmer, add lemon juice, separate the curds and whey, and then tie it up in cheesecloth, and you got paneer. But now you're eating chicken tikka masala. Yeah. So, mix it with the rice, get it together, get in it. Oof.
This is not Uncle Ben's rice, by the way. This is not, I don't think.
It's not Uncle Ben's, no. Okay. It's we only use Royal Basmati. That's the only rice brand we'll use. It's always been the most consistent for us.
Perfectly spicy. It's not as it's aromatic. The flavor hits you before it actually gets into your mouth. I know that's weird to say, but you can taste it before it even gets to you because of the aromatic nature of it. It is so good. I don't know what to do.
Why do you sound like William Shatner? I don't know what to do.
I'm so conflicted about what comes next. I haven't even tasted the shrimp yet, but I want to keep going back to these things.
Well, the reason why you hear people talk about tikka so much is it's probably the most easily approachable for people, right? It's tomato and butter and chicken, so it's very simple. There's no sort of heat on that at all. That is your kids will enjoy that. You will enjoy that. Like it's and there's again huge portions.
It's just comfort food. Like it's beautifully executed. The chicken is like perfectly cooked. It's obviously not, it's not dry at all. It's perfectly done. Yeah, I'm a little stressed out because next time I come, I don't know what I'm going to get.
Can we just do this all over? Can we just do this every single time?
You have to limit yourself. So chicken tikka masala is by far the gateway Indian food, right? It is. If you like tomato soup, if you like marinara sauce, if you like, it's that, but with spices. And honestly, it's from Britain, right? The Indian dish is butter chicken. Tikka masala was invented in Britain, right? So it does have that leaning into fusion flavors already. And honestly, I can never get enough of it. But then you try shrimp and Buddha, and you might change your mind.
We need to talk about this turmeric rice cauliflower, too.
Yes.
Turmeric rice cauliflower has caught me by surprise.
So
I'm not a big fan of rice cauliflower because I think just eat the rice, right? But this has it has the texture you expect, but almost an earthy, nutty flavor to it that is really, really nice and surprisingly grounding. I mean, it's really good.
It's made with a homemade masala that we mix up into the cauliflower rice and bake into it, turmeric and, again, ginger, garlic, and a whole bunch of different spices. But we, definitely rice is our go-to side that most people get. But if you have a rice aversion, this is obviously the option that's available. And, but you don't want to leave it plain. What's the point? You got to do something.
So when you said this was going to be really spicy, I was sort of mentally preparing myself for this wave of heat that was going to come, and it's not. I've got this, I'm going to describe it as I feel it. I have this wonderful, tingling on my tongue that's not overpowering. I love the flavor of it, but it's not those, oh my God, I just did the funny thing for Instagram. Now I have to, drink something cold to get rid of the heat. It has just a different type of heat that comes with that spice.
Yeah, no, again, I'm relatively sensitive to heat, and I've been fine, without a thought this whole meal. I'm a little bit deeper into my mango lassi, probably for that reason than most of you are, but it's there for that reason. It's perfect. And the cauliflower rice, firstly, it's lovely, and I don't feel like it's just trying to be rice. It has its own kind of thing going on. But also, one thing we haven't talked about much because the food is too good to even think about it, but if you are on certain diets or eating restrictions, so many people are trying to stay low carb, or there are a lot of options on this menu.
That is something we took very serious writing this menu, is dealing with allergies and dietary restrictions. And honestly, we have plenty of people coming here that we just accommodate too, because it's not something that we necessarily offer. So we figure something out for them. We want everyone to leave. I want you to leave happy and fed. You keep talking about portions. Listen, man, I'm a Midwesterner. You're going to eat when you come into our restaurants. That's how it is. I want to give you food.
These are normal portion sizes. What we're looking, because this is.
I like these.
These are. Come on. These are very large portions. I mean, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck with this, and the nice thing is that this kind of food is great as leftovers too. So.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I'm not going to share any of this with you when we walk in. Jason thinks this is his dinner tonight. I'm like, oh, no. This is Uber Eats. It's taking
It's good breakfast food.
It's interesting you bring up the leftovers because obviously we knew that was going to be a thing with our portion size. So these bowls were picked specifically for that reason. The plastic cap goes right on this bowl and you take it home. Because I knew there'd be left, so you don't have to sit there and dig out into a new bowl at your table, and because since it's a quick service, we don't have servers to bring it back to necessarily. We have servers around, but instead of having to dig through all the stuff, you just put a cap on it, you walk out and refill your drink and get a bag, and off you go.
I love it. I feel bad that naan is sitting over there just waiting to be.
Are you guys brave enough to do this?
Listen, man, I'm not going to. I'll not shy away from the challenge.
Here, I'll tell the truth.
Now, Lisa, when you break the naan apart, don't give me the part that's all green.
Yeah.
Make sure you can actually see some bread when you do it.
Good luck. Good luck, guys. This is so Indian green chilies, chopped up. They're cooked by my local. So I have a guy locally here that gets me my chilies. He grows them for me, and he has a curry tree in his yard that makes all my curry leaves. So you gotta have your people, you know. so this will if you get enough chilies on there, this is gonna be hot.
Curry trees will grow locally?
You can get them, yeah.
Oh, really?
We have one up in Nashville too. A guy in Nashville too that has a tree in his yard.
Okay.
So you just pick the leaves.
That's the one. That's it.
That's called the bullet naan for a reason.
Ooh, Jason, I'm sure is going to shake it off like he's Taylor Swift, but
Whoop. The rest of the lassie's about to go down.
that's
It hasn't hit me yet.
Oh, do you know what? Just,
It might.
yeah. Why don't here? Eat this piece right there with all the green stuff on it.
I literally dump a whole container of these on my curry. Just like 6 of them. Just eat them. Yeah, I love it.
Feel it.
Also good for sinuses.
Yes. Allergy season.
This is
Oh,
All right, show off. So if you like heat, if you like your heat, I mean that's where it comes from. Is from this. But regular naan by itself does not have this, right? So this
is on the menu, but then you've got the regular naan and the garlic naan, which you saw on the bread service as well. But you can order them a la carte, and these aren't hot at all. So.
But so Jason, you have the devil's naan, and you put that in front of you. And we'll eat the human naan.
What I should do is get you guys back there throwing a naan in the oven yourselves. Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'll put you guys on the line. You know, that's how we're gonna get this food bill back. You know, we're gonna put you to work.
That garlic naan is it. That's it.
Yeah, the garlic naan is so good. Ooh. Not a first date food. Not a first date food.
Listen, I don't even taste garlic after having that dollop of ice cream scoop of garlic that you gave me before.
that's incredible. That's really nice, and it would still pair really nicely with any of these sauces with the bread service. I didn't eat any of the vegetables though. Is that on the bread service?
I don't know if those are real. They might be plastic.
But you know what? Just the naan itself, like the flavor of the naan, like the way it's cooked, like it's delicious. Like I think it's the right texture, it's the right thickness. Like it's really, really, really good. This is not like the naan that you get, from Publix in the plastic container and bring home to dip into your hummus. Like this is like real out of the oven naan, and that garlic is amazing.
Yeah, you can taste the fire on it. It's so chewy and just tearing it apart. That's a staple for the side of it.
I love this. A lot of different things. We're just tearing into it with your hands and sharing it, and forks are like sparks from your forks are flying everywhere. Like this is the way to enjoy like a nice midday lunch.
Yeah, all the meals. I mean, this is really good. There's something here for every.
Jason's partially comatose at this point.
I really do enjoy leftover Indian food for breakfast, especially samosas, and this is.
Are you making your pitch for what you want to take home? Is that
I'm making my pitch for what I'm going to eat over the next week? That's what I'm making a pitch for, because I can see, especially with the DoorDash, now knowing about DoorDash, this is, and we're not finished. That's the thing. We haven't even had that. I don't even know what that.
Oh my gosh! There's a whole other pizza that we did. Like,
well, it doesn't have meat on it, so I thought you guys were avoiding it.
I thought this was just my plate.
I feel bad because it's just sitting there looking so sad, but that looks like, what is under, wait, what is?
So that is sag paneer flatbread. So that's the pizza turned into sag paneer.
we've been sitting here all this time.
And listen, take a bite of that one. Let's make another one. Let's go nuts. We can have round 2, no problem.
What a nice, light, fresh flavor that has to it.
Yeah. I would have liked it better when it was warm when it came out. But this is still really good. And this is what I mean about like leftovers. You can and this. I know it might sound weird, but having this kind of sag paneer pizza flatbread for breakfast would be amazing.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say, like, a typical Lou Mangello move would be, you know what, it's 12:30, I should probably go upstairs and go to bed. Let me just walk by the fridge and crack it open, and then pulling a piece of this out and eating it cold, standing in front of the refrigerator with no judgment.
With the doom scroll going, this was a very good late night food. In fact, I think I might have to call you one of these nights, or like maybe 10:30 at night, and say, hey, you know what we should do?
Can I come over? I'm outside your window. I see you at the front of
I have some paneer flatbread. Would you like to share it with me?
Instead of a boom box, you're holding up a big paneer box.
Spinach hitting the window.
Big trench coat on.
Jason singing In Your Eyes. And
I'm not going to say it's never happened. I'm not going to say it has. This is delicious. Ah.
Cool. Well, then there's always dessert.
I mean,
So, let's we do two different desserts, right? And one is always on the menu. It's a gulab jamun cheesecake. So it's a cheesecake with Indian donuts. Gulab jamuns are these Indian donuts that are soaked in simple syrup, cardamom, saffron. Then we have strawberries on there, a bunch of crispy pearls, and then we have these amazing injectable biscuits with a little bit of chai flavored mousse. Wait a second. And you just take it there, push in the mousse, eat it all at one time, and it's super interactive, super fun. This is on our chef's feature menu, so it'll change. It's just whatever Maneet says, oh, let's do this, let's do something fun. And with those two, I mean, gulab jamun cheesecake is a crowd favorite, but if you want interactive and fun for your kids, you got to inject the donut.
Kid Schmidt, I want to inject the donut here. Wait a minute. I want to.
What's inside of it?
Once you inject, it'll be like this chai flavored mousse. So there's a cap on it. Yeah. There's a cap on the end of it. Pull it out and just stick it in there and go nuts.
Stick it right in my mouth.
Right? Actually, yes. Yeah, I agree.
I'm having a good time, brother. Wait a minute.
Yeah, put it in the donut, and you fill that thing up. This is the opposite of the celebrity craze of semaglutide. This is putting fat in you, not taking it away. Yeah, just get in there. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so different. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's not what I was expecting.
I'm afraid of what this is going to do to me. I mean, this looks so addicting.
I'll see you tonight.
And it's such a nice way to sort of punctuate all of the spiciness and the savoriness of everything that we had before that. And it's not overly sweet, which I like, but I love.
That was epic. That was the most.
Why weren't you videotaping Jason trying to fill his?
Eating.
I mean, it blew up like a wait.
It's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It was like Indian donut biscuits.
It's like everything that's good about like a Krispy Kreme or a churro or a beignet, filled with. It's so good.
Nope.
I mean, better.
And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nope.
You get 8 of them. You get 8 donuts in there, and this giant super spread.
These should not exist. These should be illegal, because now that I know that they exist in the world, this is a problem. The only saving grace is that he said they're sort of temporary. That they go away at some point, right?
How are you coming? I mean, it could be permanent.
Are you concerned that it's not going to be here tomorrow? Is that
we got to talk about this mousse.
What's that?
We got to talk about.
Oh, honestly, my Chef Miguel came up with this. It's a classic, like, Southern Indian chai and all these crazy flavors. He worked on this.
Cardamom, maybe.
So he worked on this for like an entire week while I was out of town, and he came back and he showed it to me, and I started crying. And it takes a lot for me to tear up, but this was it. I was like, oh my God, I love you. Can I have more of these? So kudos to him for creating this amazing dish. And honestly, nobody bought anything other than the cheesecake until this went on the menu, and now we're seeing a lot of this.
And it's just fun too. Like that's
Kids would go crazy over this.
That's like it's your TikTok, video.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna explode them with the mousse, but the filling that's insanely good. This is.
Could you imagine if we didn't take Jason to this dining room?
I would not talk to you. I'd be very angry. This is I don't even care about this.
Good question.
Now wait a minute. You start off this cheesecake description, Tom. I'm going to call you out. It says New York style cheesecake.
Yeah.
You're immediately setting the bar very, very high.
Yeah, I mean, because it's very, very good. So get a bite, and make sure you get a little bit of donut. And you tell me. I mean, listen, if it's not for you, I'll
Wait, is that what's on top? Those are donuts?
Those gulab jamun Indian donuts, the ones that are simple syrup and saffron and cardamom, and yeah. So I'll let you explain.
All of them. Wait a minute. No, it's fine.
Oh, wow. I'm not even going to say the sweets guy thing because I think that ship may have actually sailed today. That's really... And the cheesecake is so light and so fluffy and delicate, and the sweetness from the strawberries, it's a fresh sweetness, not an overpowering, like, sugary sweetness. And those donuts are just, like, light and pillowy. They're not, like, very heavily fried.
The cheesecake is like air. It's so light. It's so light, and the strawberries are like looks like a fresh strawberry puree. Not puree, but like a fresh strawberry coulis. Yep. Again, the texture with the little pearls makes it is lovely. I love gulab jamun on its own, but this is like gulab jamun served on a platter of like. That's wonderful.
To me, lightness is the key here. Our portions are big, and you're not going to have room for dessert. So we, in essence, wanted a lighter cheesecake that you could have room for. Split it. 4 people can split a dessert. I mean, you don't need to get one each, right? We're a fast casual. But I'm telling you, if you skip dessert, you did it wrong, man. You did it wrong.
I don't want to use hyperbole and say that this is one of my best days ever, but the way I feel right now, like, this is, every single part of this. And the poutine seems like it was weeks ago.
What poutine? What are you talking about? This...
He doesn't remember the poutine, so I can take that home.
I'm not one of those... I don't usually order cheesecake for dessert. It's just not my thing. I like it, but it's not... I don't crave it. This is different. This I could crave. And the texture... What's so stand out? I mean, the flavor is amazing. The texture's really good. The texture with the little pearls, that is the crunch of it.
And not a sweets guy is going in for seconds.
I see that.
If you don't think you're a cheesecake person, like, give this a try.
So the best thing to do is rip a donut open, smash cheesecake in the middle, and put the mousse on top. You just made a biscuit. You just made a dessert biscuit.
Wait, you might want to videotape this. Jason's taking one for the team.
Hold on.
I'm going in there.
So you're pulling open the donut.
They're gonna make a little pocket.
You're gutting the donut like you're doing Italian bread at a deli in Brooklyn.
Yeah, don't judge me.
No, I'm not. That's a pro move right there. The chef is watching you, just so you know. So
Yeah, he is. You are being judged in the background, actually.
Okay, I gotta get some of these little pearls on there.
Chef's like, what are you doing to my dessert?
We need the crunch. This is his idea.
Chef Tom told him to do it.
Oh my God. Oh, this looks like heaven.
Okay.
Oh, this might be my new chef's featured dessert.
Shut the front door. This is. It shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed.
It's technically not.
The chef literally came out from the kitchen when he saw what you were doing. So I think that means it's not allowed.
I mean, the nice thing is you'd have to order both desserts to do it.
Absolutely.
So, and you should bring friends because no one person should eat all of this.
You read my mind because I was saying this is like the place to come with friends, right? We're sitting outside in the covered sort of indoor patio. It's beautiful, like it's windows all around. So we're looking out at Disney Springs. We have 2 tables full of food, but this is like such a nice way to just spend some time and just. I mean, metaphorically and literally, like, get your hands dirty, like ripping into the bread and ripping up the samosas and just like hanging out with friends and family.
Can you imagine what your kids, Lisa, will think about this? This is...
My kids are going to lose their minds. My kids are going to lose their minds. They are big Indian food fans, good Indian food fans already, but like they're going to, and like just being able to have fun with that dessert, like they're going to talk about that all the time. The other thing we haven't talked about is like this space. Like we're in this like sunroom type space that's very spacious. Like you don't feel like you're packed in with other people at all. Even if this room was completely full of people, you still wouldn't feel packed in because the tables are pretty well spaced out and you get sort of all the sunshine but still air conditioning. Yeah, this is like, I said already, like the only thing that's upsetting me about this meal is that I don't know what I'm going to get when I'm here alone. So yes, I think that coming here with friends is probably the solution to that problem.
I literally just had an idea that I will save for. I'm not saying that they could like almost close this area off, but if we wanted to do like a nation like group sort of appetizers, soiree, dinner thing in here.
We close this area off for private events all the time. I have a full buyout here in a month. I do the patio, I do this room, and the entire restaurant is for private events. So that's no big deal. The one thing,
Jason just signed up for the nation, right?
the
Whatever level that is, I'm in.
You know, the one thing that we didn't really touch on, and because I believe we serve full service food, but we are quick service, and I pride myself in being one of the fastest on property. If you want to hang out here all day and do waves of food, do it. But if you're in a rush, we can get you out in about 8 minutes, the food from your order to eating. You know, we pride ourselves in being fast. So it's a great lunch spot if you need to get in, you know, for cast members and things.
And you make a great point. It doesn't feel like quick service food. Like it does. It feels like table service quality food that's just served in quick service so you can take it away if you want to. I'm looking around. I'm trying to think what my favorite thing on that we ate today was, and I'm not sure I have a favorite. Like I don't know that I could pick.
I mean, the poutine was special.
Yeah.
The tandoori chicken, both in the flatbread style as well as in the bowl, was really amazing. The sag bowl with the shrimp and I would get it with the basmati rice. That's amazing, and because there's some greens in it, you feel like it's sort of healthy. You're counteracting that. The chaat is really good. The bread service with the pimento dip, the pimento and the honey.
You just basically mentioned everything that we ate, which is fine.
Can you just tell us what you don't want?
Not a thing. Honest.
I mean, it's how we all feel, but it was funny as you kept going on.
There's not, and this isn't hyperbole. It is rare for us to do this sort of review, and there's usually something that one of us doesn't like. We're like, it's not bad, but it's like, oh, it's not for me.
There's nothing. There's nothing that I wouldn't order. Again, this first thing that we had, the salad, the puff rice salad.
Like I would happily get like the salad and a bread service between two people, and maybe a little something else. I mean, I want everything else too, but like just to come in and get like the salad and the bread service would be like such a killer way to like chill with the meal.
I just think you're going to do a disservice calling it a salad because it's like, it's so comforting.
No, call it a salad because it makes me feel like I'm eating like, look, Lou Mangello ate a salad. There you go. Check it off the list.
Okay, no, that's fair, and you're not lying when you say right. That's fair. Okay, but it is very comforting. It is very snacky feeling. So yeah, sure, call it a salad, but it's
the lightness of a salad. So like I wouldn't like eat that and feel heavy, which is sort of why I would eat a salad. So
you might eat the whole thing by yourself, which I might do at some point.
Yeah. I forgot how much I like that.
I love that.
Yeah. Like that and poutine, maybe with a couple of samosas and just maybe one bread service and one pizza and the cheesecake, and then that's it. And then if anybody else comes up to my solo meal, I'll share some of it with them.
And a cheesecake.
And the samosas were so good too.
And then I got to get you on our cocktails on tap, our custom homemade eat beer by Cigar City, boozy slushies, Indian beers. I got the whole gamut. So if you're into that game too.
We have to have a serious conversation for a second.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing you don't have.
Right.
That I can't find anywhere in the world, except for in India and at the top of the Coca-Cola building there.
I've tried.
The thumbs up soda.
I can't.
Thumbs up.
Yes.
It tastes like shake and bake. It's amazing. And I can't find. I had it in India.
Yeah.
And I've had it, but you can't find it anywhere here.
So we have it in Nashville, obviously in the bottles, but Coca-Cola Florida does not distribute thumbs up. Right? You have to get it through a local person, and my local contact is trying to get me the cans.
Yeah.
We just haven't got them yet. They're small, you know. They're like 6-ounce cans, right? But we're working on it because I wanted it on the gun. I dreamed of it having it on the gun. You can't get it. Coke won't do it because I was like, come on, you guys got to eat me though. Because thumbs up is like
they're doing it down there.
Yeah,
you got to talk to the people down at the Coca-Cola experience.
I yelled at a few guys along the way. But
I'll
right
run
now,
for it.
no. I mean, honestly, we could go over there and take it. Like, you know, if we get over here, I'm
The next time Jason comes here, are you going to go to the Coke store first with like a thermos and like fill it up with that and then come here?
It's a long walk. It's a very long walk.
BYOTU.
It's so good. I mean, Thumbs Up is gingery, and it's a Coke product, right?
Yeah.
But it's amazing. And one of the things I do in Nashville is I get the bottle of Thumbs Up. I make masala cashews. You dump out some, put whiskey on top of it, and the masala cashews in it, kind of like a classic Coke and nuts with whiskey, but you do it Indian style, and oh my God, people just go crazy for it.
So
Come to Nashville.
now we have to go to Nashville.
Yeah, come to Nashville.
I mean, road trip.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I am, I'm trying to find the words to describe, but I think,
It's just, you need to rename the restaurant. It's one thing. It shouldn't be called Eat. It should be called Yum.
I was like, oh God, where's he going with this?
I think Pepsi already owns that name. We're in a Coke world down here, buddy. I got to be careful. So if you're aware of the name, I don't know if I would assume most people put 2 and 2 together, but maybe not. It's spelled E-E-T, the last 3 letters of Maneet's name. So Eat by Maneet Chauhan. That's how we came up with it. Yeah.
This is like the surprise star of not just Disney, like this corner of Disney Springs. Like this is a surprise star of Walt Disney World and Orlando. Like this is worth coming here specifically for this. Yes, it's a great thing to do before you go or after you go to the movies or, spending your day walking around Springs. It's accessible for adults and for kids. There's a huge variety, and I love the idea of being able to make your own bowl, spice it the way you want, flavor the way you want, the ingredients just the way you want. And it's this. It's sitting around with friends and family, being able to, the best conversations and the true, like, love and bonding happens over food. You can taste the love in this food, and I really appreciate that, especially in a quick service location.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, like I said, we don't see our food as quick service. We just happen to be quick service, right? We're going to give you the service you want. We're going to give you the food quality you want, the freshness you want. I mean, we're cooking everything to order. We have a lot of pride in food. Obviously working with Maneet so long, and you guys, some of you have seen her on TV and you know how serious she takes food. We take it that serious here too. Her and I live and die by food. Any city we go to, you better believe there's at least 15 restaurants on our list, 20 dishes at each restaurant, and we'll do them all in one day. We just love the art of eating food, but more so than eating it, it's the people we eat it with, laughing, having fun, and if we can give somebody that experience, just enjoying, then we think we won the day. So that's our goal.
I'm gonna go hang out with Tom one night. Just go eat. I want to go eat around town with him.
Don't make me jealous. There's one thing we haven't talked about, and the food is delicious, and it's incredible what you've pulled off here. But there's one thing that's even more difficult to pull off than this food is the people who are working here are super nice people, and I don't know, it's hard to find that nowadays. It really is. In terms of the service industry being, you have a collection of employees here who are just some of the nicest people I've met. I was commenting about this to Lisa before we started. They're just really, really attentive and sweet and make you feel at home as soon as you come in.
Like any business, there's mistakes, but we found gems down here. We searched and searched and searched. We want an experience that's super fun, super inviting. Half your listeners are already scared of my food. So thank you for explaining it in terms that people understand, because that's the reality I know I live in. I understand that. So if we also give you bad service, we've really shot ourselves in the foot. So we try to go so beyond explaining food. Everyone in my service knows every single chutney on that bread service. They know every single ingredient that goes in. They know every allergy. That is paramount to us. But beyond that, if they're not smiling, welcoming you in, telling you what to try next, then we did ourselves a disservice. If you're looking back, there's this beautiful mural you can take a picture in front of. That's painted by my server. She came in, she's like, I want to do a mural. She sent me a drawing. I said, let's go. So she does all our artwork now. Like, we try to keep it within a community, with our people. Anything we can do as a family. That's the one thing we pride ourselves in. Your car broke down? Tell us. We got you. Whatever we can do as partners, we're going to help each other out. Maneet has ingrained that into us from day one, that we support our people. The restaurant industry is a people business, but it's not the guests. It's the people that we work with. That's who we need to take care of, and that's who I look out for every day. And that's why I'll travel here every other week from Nashville and live here in Florida, because one, I love it. I'd be selfish that I don't. But because I love working in this restaurant. I truly do. I mean, I love being here. I love the energy. When it was December and there was 100 people lined up out the door, I mean, I live for that. If somebody says there's 100 tickets on the board, let's go. Like, that's my moment to shine, you know? So that's why we do this, because we just love it. And honestly, this isn't the only eat you're going to see. There's already, you know, we'll have more of these at some point, for sure, of these fast
We'll be happy to come review those too.
So I was going to say, like, that you have happy people working here speaks volumes about the mood of your establishment as a whole. I mean, you can hire great people, but if they're not happy where they're working, you're going to be able to tell. So clearly, you're doing it right in that respect. And I think you said something just now that made me think that's why this works. You said half of your people are afraid of the menu, and you just embrace that. But a lot of places at Disney will hear that and get scared and then back off of their flavor profiles to not deliver on a proper, you know, type of cuisine. And instead of doing that, you said, you know what? Be scared of my food. Come try it, you'll love it. But like the other half of you, come enjoy and let the others trickle in. And the fact that you're leaning into these flavor profiles instead of being scared of leaning into them because you're going to scare people off is why this is as good as it is.
Yeah. Right. Why, rather than compromising the integrity of the menu and weight of the vision. Yeah.
To me, the secret is take the unbelievable, authentic, intense, delicious, spicy flavors, pair it with pizza, pair it with poutine. You know, we take things that are familiar and just give you that experience. And then you have things like a puffed rice salad, which honestly, you guys would never order. Nobody would, right? It's like, what on earth is a puffed rice salad? I don't know. But then you eat it and you're like, whoa, I had something that I can't imagine anyone not eating that and not enjoying the experience. So it's get you in on the poutines and the pizzas, and then let my servers open your world up. And most of the people that, you know, just like anybody, restaurants, you know, you get people that say, oh, I'm not sure, but most of the people here, I'm hearing, they're coming back over and over and over. And to me, that's when I know we want it. When I have repeat success. So
I see why. I mean, you might not get Jason here again because he probably just won't come off the couch now. The news he can have it delivered right to him. But you know, the greatest endorsement I can give it is this is worth putting on pants for. So this is worth coming out for. Tom, this was amazing. Really sort of just blew any sort of preconceptions and expectations out of the water. I will be back, I promise, with pants and with friends and with family. Thank you. Thank Chef Maneet. Thank the entire staff and Chef Jason, Lisa. Thank you guys for being here. And, you know, eating this by myself would have been wonderful, but not as wonderful as was getting to share an experience with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for including me in this. I will be back until, well, I'll be on DoorDash probably first.
I'll be back again and again and again. Yeah, this is amazing. Thank you so much for this.
Listen, it's my pleasure. You know, for you guys coming in and trying my food is you thanking me, but me, it's thanking you for being on something that I've I mean, just hear to all the listeners, hearing their voices in person is shocking because you've heard them for 20 years and while you're walking 3 miles trying to lose weight while they're talking about food. I know, because I've done it many times. but it's really cool to be involved in it. It's everything you probably think about, and I know a lot of you do. So I thank you guys. It meant a lot to me. You know, my kids have been texting me this whole time, like, is it happening? Is it happening? Tell them that ride's not that good. So regardless, thank you guys. You know, anytime you're here, ask for me, ask for Paul. You know your family here, that's for sure. So thank you.
I appreciate you, brother. And tell your kids to call into the voicemail and have them tell me what I got wrong and what
Careful.
That's all right.
How much memory you got on your phone?
3 minutes. You got 3 minutes. Have at it. 3 minutes. I will look for Tom's kids' voicemails. Thank you guys again for this. Thank you, who's sitting at home or in the car or on that treadmill. Make your way to eat. It is worth the walk. It is worth coming to this corner of Disney Springs for a really, really enjoyable meal that I promise is going to pleasantly surprise you. So thank you. And now I'm looking at all this food that I get to take. Jason, get to take all this home.
I already have to-go bags and back for
I'll
you
just
guys.
order fresh food.
Do you have like a hand truck so I can get this back to my car?
I'll make you the whole menu. I'll make you the whole menu.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a bigger truck. I'm gonna need a bigger car. That's for sure. I'm gonna need bigger pants.
Pull up into the Uber lot. We'll take a dolly.
It's time for our Walt Disney World Trivia Question of the Week, where I invite you to test your knowledge of Walt Disney World's history, or see all you pay attention to the details and what you see, hear, remember, maybe even taste. And if you think you know the answer, you can enter for a chance to win a Disney prize package. And this week's trivia contest is once again brought to you by all of the members of the WDW Radio Nation family who help bring every episode of the show to life. And for as little as $1 per month, you can not only help support the show, but you also unlock exclusive rewards every month, like scavenger hunts, trivia quests, group monthly video calls, a private community access, and monthly surprise care packages from the parks. Plus, your contribution helps our Dream Team project, which benefits the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and thanks to you, we've raised more than $550,000 so far, and I'm just so grateful for your support and love and friendship and help, and I love being able to give back to you each and every month. I want to thank some new and longtime members of the Nation family, including Rena Heimsoth, John Rowe, Russell Boyce, Amy Fox, Scott Hatfield, and Chris Alger. To learn more and join the Nation, you can visit wdwradio.com/support. And before we get to this week's trivia contest, let's go back, review last week's, and select our winner. So last week we were at Homecoming with a conversation with Chef Art Smith that went wonderfully off the rails. And I want to say in that area for the trivia contest, because that location was part of Pleasure Island. And in 2010, when it was announced that Pleasure Island was going to close, it was going to be rethemed and reimagined and renamed. And your question last week was simply to tell me, what was the original name of Pleasure Island's replacement supposed to be? And thanks to so many of you who entered, got this one correct, and knew that the answer is, of course, Hyperion Wharf. And I can go into this deeper on another show, but the idea was that a lot of Pleasure Island's clubs like Motion, the Adventures Club, and BET Soundstage were going to be torn down and replaced with this faux wharf and a very nostalgic yet modern waterfront district that was going to combine old and new architectural styles, a lot of enhanced lighting, LED installations that sort of would mimic stars, waterfront dining, etc. But by 2011, they actually abandoned the projects due to a lot of changes in not just economic conditions, but some of Disney's sort of strategic development priorities. So what they ended up doing was focusing not just on Hyperion Wharf, but really a larger redevelopment of downtown Disney, which led to the creation of Disney Springs, which opened in 2016. Now, there are some elements that were originally planned for Hyperion Wharf that were incorporated into Disney Springs, but again, another conversation for another day. Anyway, I took all the correct entries, randomly selected one. Last week, you were playing for the WDW Radio 3D keychain, the stickers, the pin, and a mystery prize. And last week's winner, randomly selected, is Noah Sims. So Noah, congratulations. I will get your prize package out to you right away. And if you played last week and didn't win, that's okay, because here's your next chance to enter in this week's Walt Disney World Trivia Challenge. So since next week is Mother's Day, although I think every day should be Mother's Day, let's honor a Disney mom with this week's trivia contest question. Tell me, what is the name of the mom in Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress? What is the name of the mom in Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress? You have until Sunday, May 12th, which happens to be Mother's Day, don't forget, at 11:59 p.m. Eastern, to go to WDWRadio.com, click on this week's podcast, use the form there. Again, you're going to play for the keychain, the stickers, the pin, and a mystery prize. So good luck and happy Mother's Day. That's going to do it for this week's show. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in this and every week. I hope you did not listen hungry, because if you did, or even if you weren't hungry, there's a good chance you are now. I'd love to know, have you tried Eat by Chef Maneet Chauhan in Disney Springs yet? If not, what are you waiting for? And if you have, let me know what you think. You can let me know by posting in the Clubhouse over at wdwradio.com/clubhouse, or better yet, by calling the voicemail at 407-900-9391. That's 407-900-WDW1, and I will play it on the air. Don't forget to tune in this and every Wednesday night for WDW Radio Live. You can now watch on Facebook or YouTube simply by going to wdwradiolive.com. There you'll not only see archives of past live videos from both platforms, but an easy way to find and watch each and every week, every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. While you're on the site, don't forget to subscribe to my free weekly email newsletter for exclusive information and to get my free 102 Things to Do in Walt Disney World at Least Once book. Check out our events page for upcoming meets of the month, on-the-road events, and cruises, including our trip to Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point this October for a Halloween on the High Seas cruise, which I cannot wait for, and our cruise on the Disney Treasure in 2025. You can also sign up with no obligation for our interest list for our WDW Radio Adventures by Disney to Japan in 2025 as well. And please visit LouMangello.com whether you're looking for a keynote speaker for your event, conference, or for your business. I share lessons, learn from the Disney parks on customer service and leadership and experiences. And if you're a creator, an entrepreneur, or solopreneur looking to take your business, brand, or idea to the next level, find out some of the ways I can help you. I'm going to be launching a few new things very, very soon, but we can also work one-on-one and learn more about my Momentum series of events, including my weekend workshop this September in Walt Disney World. And whether you're coming to any of our community events or looking to book your own vacation to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Adventures by Disney, Disney Cruise Line, or anywhere on this big, blue, beautiful earth of ours, please go and visit my friends over at mousefantravel.com. They are my official and recommended travel provider for more than 17 years because they're the experts I trust and recommend, not just with my family's vacation, but yours as well. Their incredible level of personal service is their hallmark, and all of their services come at no cost to you. Again, you can visit them for a no-obligation quote over at mousefantravel.com and tell them Lou sent you. And finally, most importantly, thank you, thank you, thank you. I pinch myself and am very, very aware every single day of just how fortunate I am to be able to share my love of Disney with you, and you're so generous with your time, which I know is so limited and so valuable. And remember, the simplest way to not just make magic, but spread it to others is to choose the good in everything and in every day. I love and appreciate you. So until next time, see you.